Come. But just lucky. This is just lucky. This is Second Ezra chapter 8, verse verse 2. I will tell thee a similitude, Esdras, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much mold whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh of. Even so is the course of this present world. There be many created, but few shall be saved, man. That's straight out the Apocrypha. And yes, the Apocrypha is canon. You know, when you go into the history, of how the Apocrypha was made, dealing with the Bible destruction group, where Esau took certain books out, that are supposed to be part of the original, I believe, the original. I forgot what it was. It's like pretty much Esau, would take certain books out because it had too much truth in it, right? The Apocrypha contains truth of how the Northern Kingdom got to the Americas, man. The so-called Americas, before it was called Americas, we traveled to, a place, wherefore never man, where never man dwelt, ever, man. This is that place, man. This western part of the planet, man. It took them, and it tells them, to how they got here. The Lord, was pretty much, led them over here, man, so that they could keep their, the law, statutes, and commandments, over here to where they were at, man. But the Apocrypha got mad truth to it, man. So it is canon, man. They even took out, certain, verses out of Daniel, man. Which I believe, I forgot what chapter. Pretty much, chapter, dealing with the three holy children, and about to be tossed into the fire, which I believe, whatever chapter it is, past the verse 3, after the third verse, I believe. Matter of fact, slow. So bear with me. I'm gonna get back to the point. Matter of fact, this is the three holy children. Yeah, come. The book of the three holy children and the Apocrypha, and this is the context here, which followeth in the third chapter of Daniel. After this place fell down, bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Verse 23, that which followeth is not in the Hebrew, to wit, and they walked into these words in Nebuchadnezzar. Verse 24. So, this individual, book right here, the three holy children, is after the 23rd verse. That's like, in Daniel chapter 3. You know, you know, and you know, so it's pretty much like a continuation, of, you know, well, like a a ripped out piece from that chapter. You know, it'll show you, you know, that Esau's the devil. But yes, man, you know, the Apocrypha is canon. You know, the Apocrypha is a canon book. But going back to Second Ezra, chapter 8. Chapter 8, verse 3. There be many created, but few shall be saved, man. You know? Ezra was revealed the prophecies and the visions of the end times, man. You know? You know? He was revealed so much that he said, woe is me, who shall deliver me in those days? Because he saw how brutal, he saw how, which proves reincarnation. He knew that he had to be in the last days once again. You know, that his spirit, that his soul will be upon the earth again to experience all the way, you know, up until these last days. You know, through reincarnation, being brought back upon the earth. You know, you see, you know, he was revealed, you know, these visions, man, and you know, and they're all the truth, man. You know, and you know, he was showing how pretty much literally, you know, a very few amount of people, you know, is gonna be saved, man. You know, only the elect are gonna be saved, man. You know, the 144,000 and the great multitude, you know, of nations, you know, kindreds and tongues, you know, Murphy paraphrasing. That's not talking about these other nations, man. That's talking about Jakes that was scattered amongst these other nations. Because you're gonna have Jakes that's gonna look like, you know, so-called Chinese people, so-called Japanese people, so-called Indian people, so-called Persian people, you know, Middle Eastern people. You're gonna have Israelites that look like this type of people. Not, you know, not all Israelites gonna be looking like, you know, like John Shaft, you know, like the other parts of the Bible saying, you know. Not every Jake's gonna be looking like, you know, like a LeBron James, man. You know, truth to tell you that, you know, we're a speckled bird, man. You're gonna have Jakes that look like, you know, Edomites, man. You know, Jakes that's looking like, you know, fucking boots and shit. You know, the Israelites, man. You know, but a very small remnant is gonna be saved, man. Wherever they be, scattered upon the, you know, face of the whole earth. That's what we're here to tell you, man. Because we don't know, you know, if we're of that number. All we can do is do what it is that we're, you know, supposed to do, in hopes to be delivered, man. In hopes to be numbered amongst that number, man. Okay, none of us make ourselves to be of the elect. None of us, man. Okay, none of us, you know, like do that, man. No, can't none of us do that, man. All we can do is, is hope and pray and do the work, man. And do what it is I was supposed to be doing to the best of our capabilities, man. Doing right by Yahweh Shema Shah and serving Him, man. Keeping His commandments to the best of our capabilities, as well as just loving our brethren. How about Shema Shah gonna hear us? Let me get another precept. This is Second Ezra, chapter 9. This is Second Ezra, chapter 9, verse 15. I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. Like as a wave is greater than a drop. And he answered me, saying, like as the field is, so is also the seed. As the flowers be, such are the colors also. Such as the workman is, such also is the work. And as the husbandman is himself, so is his husbandman also. For it was the time of the world. These are the times that we're in. So we're getting ready to see many more of the people in the world going to be perishing. And we just read, it's going to be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. And we just read, like as a wave compared to a drop. It's going to be a very small ratio, man. And even then, the elect are going to be barely saved. Scripture tell you how the righteous will scarcely be saved. Matter of fact, let me get this quick precept.
This way, buddy. Go forward. Go. Go, boy. Go. Here. This way.
This is because this is First Peter chapter 4. Let's start at verse 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? So the righteous are going, the elect are going to be scarcely saved, man. By the hairs of our, our chin, so to speak, the skin of our teeth, so to speak. Just need to tell you how the remnant were Friday, man. The remnant were Friday. You gotta think about it, man. Like, right when the missiles are gonna be dropping, it's gonna be a fearful, a fucking fearful thing, a very fearful experience, man. We'll be hearing the sirens, that anxiety of, just Lord willing, the Lord, is going, beam you up, but you can already have that, that confidence and faith, because see, leading up to the missiles, it's going to be supernatural, deliverances and miracles for brothers, man, to the point to where it's going to be so much blatant, like there's no way that Yahweh Shemel Shah is not dealing with you, man. Brothers may have a spiritual power, and the Lord did say, to rejoice not, that the spirits are subject unto you, but rejoice that your names are written in heaven, man. So, you know what that means when you have the spiritual power, man. You know what I'm saying? But, what was I gonna say, man? But yeah, that whole moment is gonna be a terrifying experience, man. It's still gonna be scary because, see, you might even see, the missile detonate, man. You might even see the flash, man. You know what I'm saying? You might even see the flash, and you might even, feel the heat almost, man. And then, you're gonna cry out in great fear. You're gonna call upon Yahweh Shemel Shah. And see, Jake man, even when Jacob trouble happens, man, Jacob's gonna call upon the name, man. You Jakes that's not, that's playing games of, about the name of the Lord, man. All right, bro, keep on playing, see what happens, bro. But the elect are gonna call upon the name, and they're gonna be, beamed up, man. The voice gonna, it's gonna say, come up hither in the Hebrew, man. And instantly your body's gonna be transformed. Instantly, man. Every, fucking molecule is gonna be, in the twinkle of an eye, instantly transliterated, transformed, man. Into a, celestial.